Hey everyone, I'm NornQueenAlexis and welcome back to the channel and welcome to this bangle review. Everyone loves some good bangles every now and then. Bangles are delicious. You have them with, I don't know, I like everything bangles. Alright, I'll stop with the bangle jokes. But I'm just saying the best bangles can only be found in New York City. Let's just put that out there. Queens, New York, to be 100% precise. Okay, I'll stop with the bagel jokes. I promise. I don't promise. I don't promise. Not at all. But before we get started, let me just make sure that this is on the right microphone, which clearly it isn't. And it won't let me switch, which is awesome. I love when it doesn't let me switch my microphone. Okay. My Yeti microphone. There we go. There we go. There we go, there we go, there we go. So you are going to hear my fan in the background. I do apologize. It is what it is, and I'm sorry about not having the settings correct. I should have checked this prior. But, again, these things happen. So, let's go ahead and just dive right into this Blood Angel book. But first, do you see that copy of Blood Bowl over there? Do you want said copy of Blood Bowl? I see that you do. Well, you can win a copy of Blood Bowl, the brand new season 2, for the tabletop game by joining my Discord. In my Discord, you can join the Blood Bowl League and actually participate in a long-winded tournament in order to win a copy of the Blood Bowl game, so long as you're in North America, or a comparable prize. Anyway, I do have to put out that it's only for North America. I do apologize. But now, let's jump into Bangles. So, right off the bat, the new book actually has amazing artwork. Like, I really, 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 really like the artwork that they're choosing to go with for this one. It didn't work so well. I think it's the same artist, but it didn't work so well with the Sisters of Battle. It just kind of looked like trash in that one, but in this one, it actually looks appropriate. I feel that they need to hire some more female artists to actually get the female form correct. But that's just me. That's just me. So we have in total let's see how long this book is. I think it's like 80 pages. Yeah, 80 pages exact. 46 of which are dedicated to useless dribble that we don't care about. Oh my god, is this really saying it's my birthday again? I'm going to be super pissed if it is. I'm going to be super pissed if it is. Because I haven't fixed that. Alright. So, on page 46, we get our first actual rules for matched play. It does tell us about some successor chapters and how to use them, and combat patrols, and how to use them. Essentially stating that, yeah, it's pretty much the same from the last book. So page 46. Okay, it doesn't. I swear. Because I live streamed twice and it said it twice, so, So, chapter approved rules. Purge the enemy. Blood of Sanguinius. Endgame objective. So these are the objectives in this book. We have 2 of them. We have Purge the enemy and no mercy, no respite. Which kind of seems fitting for them. So the first one, Purge the enemy. At the start of your first command phase, you must select one Blood Angel character from your model from your army to issue a challenge to your opponent. Must select one character model from their army to accept the challenge. If either player does not have a character model, they must select their warlords. Score 5 victory points at the end of the game. At the end of the battle for each of the following conditions that have been satisfied. The model that accepts the challenge was destroyed. The model that accepts the challenge was destroyed by a melee attack. And the model that accepted the challenge was destroyed by a melee attack made by a model that issued this challenge. It's actually kind of cool to see the old challenge rules back. They were horrid garbage from 7th edition, and we actively hated them. It truly was like really, 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 really crappy rules. And I hated it. So, it's a really, really fluffy rule, and it's a good way of getting 15 points if you just have a Smash Captain, just to jump over and kill the character really quickly. And then No Mercy, No Respite, Fury of the Lost is a progressive objective. Oh wait, there's 3 of these. Sorry, my bad. This one's under No Mercy, No Respite. This one's called Fury of the Lost. Score 3 victory points at the end of the turn if one or more enemy units has been destroyed by a Death Company unit from your army this turn. That's going to be a no-brainer, and it's going to be super, super simple to get. Like, Death Company is the way to go right now. And then we have Death from Above, which is a progressive objective. Oh, we actually have like 4. Wow, I'm an idiot. We have like 4 different objectives. It would actually pay to read the book before I spout nonsense. Anyway, score 2 victory points at the end of your turn if an enemy unit was set up on the battlefield as reinforcement in the reinforcement step of any movement phase. If those enemy units were a character unit, score 3 victory points instead. Wait, what? Oh, if you destroy them by Blood Angel units. Okay, so if your opponent deploys a unit from Deep Strike and you kill it, you get a couple of victory points, which is kind of boss. I heard of this codex yesterday. It's so far looking like a good codex. Then we have the Battlefield Supremacy, score 4 victory points at the end of the turn. If there are more Blood Angel units from your army in the enemy deployment zone than are enemy units within your deployment zone. Wow, that's actually really simple. I mean, I might take Relentless Assault. That actually sounds good. Damn, nowhere near so fine. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Get to gather around and sit with us as we do story time with 40k stuff. Then we have the detachment abilities, which state if every unit in your army is a Adeptus Astartes, Blood Angel, and is not an unaligned, excluding unaligned monsters, which includes the Zote, there's pretty much all the stuff from Blackstone Fortress. That monster thingy. I cannot remember its name right now. Okay, so you get the Savage Echoes. Whilst the Assault Doctrine is active, each time a unit fights, if it made a charge move, was charged, or performed a heroic intervention this turn, that unit that fights... Wait, what? Intervention this turn. Then until that fight is resolved, add 1 to the attack characteristics of the models in that unit. So, oh my god. That means for Shock Assault they're getting 1, and for Savage Echoes they're getting 1. So that already puts them at 2 base attacks that they're getting if they're an Assault Doctrine. And Assault Doctrine, I think, grants 1 more attack. And Death Company, I believe, have 2 base. That's a lot of attacks. Holy crap, that's plus 3 attacks a bike. That means the Outrider squad has 28 attacks. Okay. All right, that is definitely that'll holy crap. Okay. So then we have the Lost. Now this I really like because you can make a Blood Angel army again. Amble, thank you so much, Paul. You are awesome and I love you. 7 attacks per model. That's their normal, like they get normally 6 attacks per model because they have 4 plus Chainsword. I'm not adding the Chainsword in when I do, well I am adding the Chainsword in and Shock Assault as well as their ability plus their other abilities. Holy crap. I might have to run just bikers in Blood Angels and see how that works. That'd be so cool. 28 attacks, that's correct. Okay, well, let me check. So, assuming it's Assault Doctrine, let me break out this book. And let me just go to my attachments and abilities. And we'll go to Shock Assault, Combat Doctrines, Devastator Doctrine, Tactical. While this Combat Doctrine is active, improve the armor penetration characteristics of pistols. Okay, that one doesn't give +1 attack. Okay, my bad, I was wrong. But I will check more to see how many attacks they get base. Okay, now I just need to find them really quickly. Because I'm strictly talking about the Outriders right now, so I want to really get them down. There it is. So each Outrider has 2 attacks, plus their Chainsword for 3 attacks, plus Shock Assault, plus Savage Echoes, and then 1 more attack for the Sergeant. So that's 15, 16... Wait, I'm wrong. Each time this unit fights, if it made a charge move, then until that fight resolves, add 2 to the attack characteristic of that model. So they're sitting at 4 base if they charged, plus 1 for the charge because of Shock Assault. So that's 5, plus Chainsword for 6, plus Savage Echoes for 7. That's 21, 22 attacks. That's... Holy crap. God damn. God damn. That's stupid good. That is like... Now imagine an actual bike squad that has more attacks because you can issue more chain swords to that squad, and you can have 5 members, which goes insane as well. Anyway, let's continue. Alright. If your army is battle-forged... Does anybody take non-battle-forged armies? Like, is that an actual thing? Like, do people really do that? I'm genuinely curious about this. Excuse me. Then when mustering your army, I hate the term mustering your army. It just sounds so... It sounds like Spartans oiling each other up before a battle, which was a thing that they did. You can upgrade 1 captain up to 2 lieutenants units, excluding named characters, into Blood Angel detachments in your army to be inducted into the Death Company. That wording is so stupid, but it just says you can upgrade 2 lieutenants and 1 captain into Death Company, which I think is really cool. Okay? Each time you do so, that unit gains the Death Company keyword, and a power rating, and the power rating of that unit is increased by... No one cares about that. They go up by 20 points for a captain, 10 points per lieutenant, or lieutenant, as I like to pronounce it, because of my respect for Lieutenant Mira. And somebody just dropped something outside. Anyway. Alright. A model inducted into the Death Company gains the Black Rage and Death Visions ability. See page 63. We're going to see what that is in a little bit. A model inducted into the Death Company cannot be your Warlord and cannot be given any other chapter command upgrades. Okay, so they can't take the chapter command upgrades, but it sounds like they can still take relics. Alright? A captain model inducted into the Death Company has the Rites of Battle ability replaced with the following rules. Rites of Rage aura. Whilst a friendly Death Company core unit is within 6 inches of this model, each time a model with this unit in that unit makes an attack, reroll hit rolls of 1. So he does the same thing. Okay. Lieutenant model inducted into the Death Company must replace its Tactical Precision ability with the following ability. Tactical Aggression. Oh, that is so stupid. That is so stupid. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. That's a dumb name, but sure, let's roll with it. It's the Tactical Aggression. Like, I'm not angry. I'm just tactically aggravated is essentially what that is. It's like that person that sits across the room that you beat in like a Yu-Gi-Oh! Magic or Name Your TCG game here who just stares at you like daggers all day. And it's just like he is tactically angry because he lost. I'm sorry, that's just silly. Okay. Whilst the friendly Death Company core unit, it re-rolls 1 for Death Company. Death Company character units are excluded from the company command rules. See Codex Space Marines. That means, for example, a detachment that can only include both 1 Death Company captain and unit and 1 other captain unit. Okay, so you can have a Death Company captain and another captain, which is actually kind of good. I don't run double captains anymore. Ever since the Smash Captain was nerfed, I pretty much just run 1 of them, and that's it. So it just seems, yeah, Alrighty. In a Crusade force, I'm not going to read about Crusade because I haven't had too much experience with it. So I do apologize about being, well, not very good with Crusade rules just yet. And then they show a Death Company Marine. Look at how silly he looks. Brothers, does Horus seem to be at least 8 foot tall and asking us for 350? Yes, kill it. Brothers, that Swarmlord over there is looking awfully a lot like Horus, don't you agree? Yes, brothers. I'm sorry, you cannot argue anything about 40k without realizing that Blood Angels are the silliest thing in 40k right now. They are so silly. Like the fact that they have an entire company of Marines that just go, wow, it's looking awfully a lot like Horus out here, and just run in and smash things, and then they somehow capture them after the battle and then put them back into their tower. And also, whilst in that tower, they turn into orange rage monkeys. I wish I was kidding. That's an actual thing in Devastation of Baal, by the way. They literally turn into crimson gorillas and start killing everything. So that's very, very, very silly. Let's see some of the chat really quickly. Short answer, yes. Does taking a Sanguinary Guard and Mephiston count as a non-battle forge? I have to read their rules first. I think they're fine. I think you should write a manual for regular people. You explain things clear. Thank you. No problem. I try to explain things the way that I would try to teach to a player that is new. Okay, I'm the only one who doesn't know about a Smash Captain is. A Smash Captain is a captain in Artificer armor or a 2+ save that has some type of invulnerable save, usually by Thunderhammer and Storm Shield. The Storm Shield now gives a 4-up save with a 2-up armor save because it gives +1 to the save. And then on top of that, it has a jump pack. The jump pack allows infinite vertical movement as well as a 12-inch movement. Yeah, it's just a Smash Captain because you throw it at the biggest target on the field and kill it. Because Blood Angels, Thunderhammers wound things on 2 almost regardless of what it is. Coffee Pot, Horus. Swarmlord, Horus. Abaddon, Horus. No, it's so silly. Like, could you imagine, like, he's just standing there menacingly, you know, being all Blood Angel-like. A chapter serf comes up to him to give him his daily scrub down because that's an actual thing that happens. And as he's coming with, like, the loofah and all happy with his bucket of, like, soapy water, the freaking Space Marine is just like, Horus, you're looking awfully small today, and kills him. It's just like, No, but it's just kind of silly. Like, I cannot take Blood Angels seriously. Also, the lore is just all over the place. Like, sometimes they're angels and, like, revenant and beautiful. Other times they're rage-filled monsters that just murder everything. But let's get on to stratagems, because everybody loves keeping track of stratagems. There's usually only like 3 or 4 that you actively use. But still, let's take a look at these. Descent of Angels. Also keep in mind how many times we say the word angel and the word blood. In fact, take a sip of your Happy Time Go-Go juice every time you do. I guarantee you won't make it through this episode. Descent of Angels, 1 CP. This is a battle tactic stratagem for the Bengals. Use this stratagem at the end of your movement phase. Select 1 Blood Angel Core Jump Pack unit from your army that was set up on the battlefield during reinforcement step of this phase until the end of that turn. Each time a charge roll is made for that unit, you can ignore any and all modifiers for that charge roll. Pretty decent. When they land, you go like this. Hey, these guys are going to be using Descent of Angels. They just charge. It's now just a 9-inch charge regardless of what you have there. Each time a model in that unit makes an attack, add 1 to their attack rolls. Add 1 to that attacker's hit roll. So they're hitting on 2s. So they're stupid good. Like, stupid good. This is dumb. They drop down as a unit of 10, and you use this on Vanguard veterans, because that's the best thing that I can think of using it on, with a whole bunch of power weapons and some storm shields in there. Now they're hitting on 2s. They only need a 9-inch charge. They're more than likely re-rolling the charge because they're dumb. So they're just going to get in and just wipe out a unit. Vengeance for Sanguinius. They can't stop that vengeance. I wonder what they would do if they found out that Horus not only died once, but died twice. Could you imagine? We should give a medal to the person that killed Horus. That was Abaddon. Oh, never mind then. What about Sanguinary Guard? Ooh, that's nasty. Ooh, +1 to hit actually negates their Power Fist inherent -1. Oh, that can be so stupid good. Thank you for pointing that out. I might need some golden voice now. Vengeance for Sanguinius. A battle tactic stratagem for 1 command point. Use the stratagem in the fight phase when a Blood Angel unit from your army is selected to fight. Until the end of that phase, each time a model in that unit makes a melee attack against a Black Legion unit. Oh, see, they do remember them. You can reroll. It's garbage. You're only going to be using it against Black Legionnaires, which are so rare in actual gameplay. It's kind of like Ultramarines, where everyone thinks they're super common until you go and play 40k, and you're just there's 1 or 2 Ultramarine players out of 50 other chapters. Sanguinius isn't dead. He's haunting Abaddon and the Black Legion on the Vengeful Spirit. Reason why Abaddon can't get anything done. So I saw a bit about that, and I also saw in the Dante novel, as well as in Devastation of Baal, that Sanguinius visited Dante and basically just said, "Hey champ, don't die. I'm going to clap my cheeks and bring you back to life. Are you ready?" And he's like, "No, Dad, I kind of want to die. I've been doing this for 1,400 years. Can I just, pass away now? Be by the Emperor's side?" Nope. Clap on. Space Marine comes back to life. Anyway. I'm sorry. I made that out to be way dumber than it actually is, but that's pretty much what he did. He came down and he's like, "Hey champ, are you winning?" And he's just like, "No, Dad, the Swarmlord just kicked my ass." "Nuh-uh. Get back up. You can do it. I believe in you, son." And he's all like, "Okay, Dad." Alright. Refusal to die. Use this stratagem after a Death Company unit from your army is selected as a target for an attack. Okay, so you have to do this as they're being targeted, not after dice are rolled. So if your opponent rolls dice, if you pass priority and let your opponent start rolling dice, you cannot use this stratagem. That also means that I will 100% forget the fact that I can use this stratagem. Alright. Is selected as a target for an attack until the end of the phase. Each time that model would lose a wound, roll 1d6 on a 5+. The wound is not lost. If you only have... excuse me. You can only use this stratagem once per turn. If a unit contains 5 or fewer models, this stratagem costs 1 CP. Otherwise, it costs 2. Okay? Okay. Dante got banned from death. What is he, Deadpool? Aggressive onslaught. See, again, the Dark Angels are just so angry. And it's just aggression. It's not raw hatred or I'm mad at the enemies of the Imperium. It's just they're just sitting there aggravated. They're ready to flip the table at a card game. Just meh. Alright. This is a battle tactic stratagem. Use this stratagem in the fight phase. Select 1 Flesh Terrors infantry unit from your army. Until the end of that phase, each time a model in that unit makes a pile-in or consolidation move, it can move up to an additional 3 inches. So it can do it for 6 inches. Oh, if you don't get the Deadpool reference, Deadpool was banned by Thanos from dying for quite some time before the comic finale came in and Thanos got rid of that curse. But for a while, Deadpool was actually invincible. It's referenced in his movie, too, of all things. That kind of blew my mind. Okay. Angel's Sacrifice. Take a shot. Until the... Use this stratagem in the fight phase. Select one Bengal character unit, excluding a vehicle, so no dreadnoughts, from your army. Until the end of the phase, each time an enemy unit is selected to fight, if a model in that unit is within engagement range of that character until a unit when your opponent is selecting targets for its attack, those attacks can only target the character. Holy crap, that's a very stupid way of saying, my character, I pay 1 CP, that dude can only attack my character. Which is also a great way of tricking your opponent into relentless assault, not relentless assault, Blades of Sanguinius, so that they have to fight and that you can just kill him instead. So that works, kind of, I think. I don't know, it kind of sounds stupid, like, I don't want... No, because it could be very useful. Okay, I would actually probably use this on a Blood Angel unit that I know is about to die, like a character that has 1 wound left, and I would force my opponent's character to soak all of their attacks into that one character, so that one character dies, my Blood Angel dies, but I don't care because I saved my other units in close combat. So that can actually be really, 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 really clutch. I like that. Spiritual Mantle. This is an epic deed stratagem. I wish I had stratagems to do epic deeds. That'd be kind of cool, wouldn't it? You know, just like, epic deed, write a book, and then I just get the motivation to actually write for once. Or epic deed, paint your miniatures. Because God knows that I'm never going to get those finished. Alright. Use a stratagem in your psychic phase. Select one Blood Angel Psyker. This does actually state... it doesn't state that you can't select a Dreadnought. Unit from your army, you can attempt to manifest 1 additional psychic power for that unit this phase. That could be really, really useful for your Dreadnoughts. Visions of Sanguinius. I'm just imagining he's just standing there, like, doing his morning routine, like eating a bagel or something. It's an everything bagel, strictly from New York. Best place to get bagels in the world. Anyway. Use the stratagem when a Death Company character model from your army is selected to fight. That model can do one of the following. Okay, so he's just like, oh, Sanguinius, you have come to me. And it's just Sanguinius, like, scratching himself, just, like, sitting there, like, what? Huh? What's going on? Oh, yeah, you do good, champ. Go get him. So, if that model has already used the Death Visions, page 63, it can use the Death Visions this phase. It cannot be a Death Visions you have already used during the battle. So now we know that Death Visions does multiple things. Interesting, but okay. If that model has not already used Death Visions, it can use 2 different Death Visions this phase. Neither can be Death Visions you have already used during this battle. Can you use the same one twice? That's my first question. It's Sanguinius in a little, so somebody just said, Visions of Sanguinius, him cleaning his feathers like a bird. Oh, that'd be so good. It'd be so good. I'm sorry, that's good. That's good. Okay. Angel's Exemplar. Requisition Stratagem. Use this stratagem after nominating a Blood Angel character model from your model that is not a named character to be your Warlord. You can generate 1 additional Warlord trait for them. If this model is from the Blood Angel or one of their successor chapters, other than Flesh Terrors, this must be from the Blood Angel's Warlord trait table, see page 50. If this model is from the Flesh Terrors, it must be from the Flesh Terrors Warlord trait, see page 50. Each Warlord trait in your army must be unique. So, yeah, there you go. I love it. Love all the comments that this is getting. Okay. Angel's Ascendant. Okay. Another drink. God, you'd be dead just by going through the stratagems. Use a stratagem before the battle. Select one Blood Angel model from your in your army that has the word Sergeant in their profile. That model can have one of the following special issue relics. Okay, so this is just like the Woofity Woof Bark Bark one, where they can take a relic on a sergeant for no apparent reason whatsoever. If Sanguinary Guard have Sergeant as one of their things, that might be worth it, but I don't think they do. It would be kind of cool to give it to a Death Company Marine. That could be cool. Do you have Sergeants? No, you're just Sanguinary Guard. Sanguinary Ancient, Death Company Dreadnought. I guess... No, you guys don't even have... Death Company don't have Sergeants. I thought they did. I'm an idiot. Wow, so you literally just give this... You give a scrub a freaking relic. You give it to like a veteran intercessor and it can be useful. But at that point, you're getting rid of points for your Death Company, and you don't want to do that. Because that sounds like a stupid play. Lucifer Patterned Engine. Really going in on that that definitely not Saint Michael. Yeah, definitely not Saint Michael. So, use a stratagem before the battle. Select one Blood Angel Dreadnought model, excluding a Dreadnought model or a model that can fly. So one Blood Angel vehicle, excluding a Dreadnought. From your army, that model gains the following ability: Overcharged Engines. Each time this model advances, do not make an advance roll. Instead, until the end of that phase, add 6 inches to its movement characteristic. I mean, shush, phone. I am doing work. Is that actually good? Okay. That's just garbage. Like, the only thing you would use it on is like a Rhino at best to deliver Death Company, but you're putting your Death Company in jump packs because you have half a brain. What vehicles would you take with Blood Angels? I thought Lucifer was another name for Satan. It is. It's used interchangeably depending on the source for that fandom. Is that actually good? I'm trying to think, because like you could put it on a Ball Predator, you could put it on a Gladiator, but then you're giving up shooting. You can put it on a Rhino, but then you're giving up the ability to... I mean, yeah, you could put it on a Rhino. That's like the best thing you can do. The Ball Predator sucks. It really does, though. Okay, so I think that stratagem is not even good. Honored by all I know is this says by Iraq's Angel Come. I'm not kidding. That's what it says. See? That's Angel Come. Just saying. That's how I'm reading it from now on. So one command point for Angel Come right after Lucifer. You know, just apparently Lucifer's hot. Use a stratagem after nominating a model drawn from the Blood Angel successor chapters by your chapter to be a warlord. You can give one relic of angels, page 52, to a character model in your army. So this is one of those things where you could just give a relic to a... You have to pay a command point to give a successor chapter a relic. But literally everyone who plays a successor chapter that isn't just trying to min-max their army is legit just... They're just going to play as Blood Angels. It's kind of like me. Like, I have my own custom chapter, but anytime anybody asks, I'm just like, yeah, I play them as Ultramarines, or today I'm playing them as Dark Angels, or today I'm doing this. And I have the Codex with me to prove it. What Space Marine chapter cares about humanity? Pretty much all of them. I would say Ultramarines, Salamanders, Base Wolves, Dark Angels, definitely. There's a lot. Like, literally, almost all of them. Alright, so then we have the Red Rampage. This is me for 1 week. Anyway, use a stratagem in your command phase if the Assault Doctrine is active for your army. Until your next command phase, each time a Blood Angel model from your army makes an attack with a pistol or melee weapon, an unmodified wound roll of a 6, the AP characteristic of that attack is improved by 1. This bonus is not cumulative, so it's okay. It's not great. I don't really like that one. I mean, you're already having like massive AP, and after AP 3, everything is bad after that because you're using invo saves. So, does it really matter? Anyway, Unbridled, I don't even know. This is the next command point. This is a Blood Angel strategic ploy stratagem. Use a stratagem at the end of the heroic intervention step if your opponent's charge phase. Wow, this is situational. Select one Sanguinary Guard unit from your army that is within 6 inches horizontally and 5 inches vertically of an enemy unit. The selected unit is eligible to perform a heroic intervention as if it were a character unit, and performing that heroic intervention each time that model in that unit can move up to 6 inches instead of 3. All rules for heroic intervention still apply. Okay, so to dumb this down to make sense, I have a Sanguinary Guard unit within 6 inches of an enemy. I can now pay 1 command point to have them move 5 inches to be within range of them and attack, as though I can perform a heroic intervention, as though I was a character. Boom, done. A Forlong Fury. That's a joke on Forlong Friendship. That really is just a joke on that. Use the stratagem at the start of your first battle round. Before the first turn begins, select one Death Company unit from your army. That unit can make a normal move up to 12 inches as if it were your movement phase, but must end that movement more than 9 inches away from an enemy model. If both players have abilities like this, yada yada yada. If that unit contains a Dreadnought model, or if that unit's a Dreadnought, it costs 6 command. Or it contains 6 or more models, the stratagem costs 2 CP. So yeah, why are you not using this? Like, I can't see the reason not to bring a max squad of Death. Can Death Company go up to 15? I feel like they can. And I'm actually like almost 90% sure they can. No, they can go up to 10. I really thought they could go up to 15. Yeah, but that's stupid good. Okay, so you have a unit of 10, all with their power weapons and everything, and a few with some crazy other weapons, and you launch them 12 inches, you advance them so that you can get them 9 inches away from your opponent. The average on a d6 is 4. Technically it's 3.85, but it's 4 for simplistic purposes. So that's 12 plus 4 is 13 inches out of 24 inches is as far as you are apart. You're not getting fully close to your opponent, but 14 to 24 is 10 inches away. And then you get your movement turn 1. Yeah. God, why are you not bringing Death Company? Like, holy crap. Like, obviously, you know, you take Sanguinary Guard, and Sanguinary Guard are really good. But the fact that you can just screen your entire opponent's army in one move is amazing. Like, if you go first, you use this. If you know you're going first, you use this. You run at your opponent as quickly as possible, keeping your Sanguinary Guard in reserve, and you just absolutely pulverize your opponent. And then you just laugh about it as your next unit comes down and does the same thing. And if your opponent is not a good player, they're going to be overwhelmed really quickly. The only problem I'm seeing with them is that they kill things too efficiently. yes, that is an actual weakness. See, if my unit wipes out a unit and cannot consolidate into another unit to keep itself safe, that means that they're out in the open. If they're out in the open, they're going to be shot to death. And that's the biggest weakness of the Blood Angels, is they will wipe out any unit that they touch. So unlike the Space Wolves, which go to midfield and then assault you on your opponent's turn, these Space Marines naturally just blast through opponents' defenses and just run things over really quickly. So an unexpected opponent will just rampage. An unexpected Blood Angel, like a person who's not trained to fight against Blood Angels, will get run over by Blood Angels. But a more experienced player will know how to position their army to maximize the effectiveness of killing Blood Angels. So be careful of that. Can Space Marines be natural, like, let's just say they not worship the Emperor, and Chaos be like independent? What do you think? Yeah, actually, there's a million Space Marine chapter. Well, there's 1,000 Space Marine chapters, so one of them is probably just going to be like doing his own thing. Upon Wings of Fire. Excuse me. Use a stratagem in your movement phase. Select one Blood Angel core jump pack unit from your army and remove it from the battlefield. In the reinforcement step of your next movement phase, set it up anywhere on the battlefield that is more than 9 inches away from an enemy model. If the battle ends and that unit is not on the board, it is destroyed. I mean, use this stratagem in your movement phase. So that could be super, super clutch, like mid-game, like turn 3. You just pull something away and put it back on the battlefield, and then you get all of the reserve stratagems as well for you to just launch a charge. That actually sounds really, 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 really fantastic. Okay. Savage Destruction. Use the stratagem in the morale phase. Garbage. Okay, no, we'll read it. When a morale test is failed for an enemy unit that is within engagement range of any flesh terror unit from your army, until the end of the turn, subtract 1 from the combat attrition test taken for that enemy unit. That means 1, 2s, and 3s fail, which is pretty good. All right. And then Chalice Overflowing. What do you think it's overflowing with? I'll give you a hint. It starts with B and ends with Odd. Anyway, use this stratagem in your command phase. Select one Sanguinary Guard model from your army. That model can use the Blood Chalice ability 1 additional time this phase, which is ridiculously good. Alrighty. We are through the stratagems. We're getting there. There's actually not much to this codex. We're on page 50 out of essentially just 80 pages, and some of this is just lore. So I'm going to try to speed through some of this really quickly, so I do apologize. I'm also going to try to get to a couple of your comments and everything. If you want to be super awesome, you can use the super chat feature to support the channel directly. If not, and I'm going to make this an announcement right now, you should check out Patreon for the creators that you follow, such as if you follow Remlace from 40k Theories, Tactica Imperialis, if you follow even TTS or Chapter Master Valric, all of them have Patreons. You should go and support them, especially during this time when we can't get to any other jobs and YouTube is our literal only form of income. Me, I'm lucky enough to have a job and do this at the same time. But if you want to be awesome and support my Patreon, please check the links in the description down below and go and check it out. Also, you can follow me on Discord, and I really should put my Discord link in the video description or just put it right here. If Victor is still here, he might be able to do that for me, and that would be super awesome of him. So, Warlord traits. Speed of the Primarch. At the start of the fight phase, if this Warlord is within engagement range of an enemy unit, it can fight first that phase. Pretty decent. Personally, I wouldn't use that. Like, I just wouldn't use it. I don't see it as that good. Well, I guess it's good. But then you can... I guess it's still good. There was a question. If you get the free digital copy with each physical book copy, is there any point to buying the digital copies? There still is in places where you cannot get the books. So that's about it. Artisan of War. This warlord can be given one of the following special issue war gear relics. Adamantium mantle, artificer armor, mass-crafted weapon, digital weapons. This is in addition to any other relics that they have. Oh, you can have 2 relics on one character. Ooh, that's really good. Also, right now, Victor did just post the link to the Discord. Please come and check it out. You'll love it. So that's ridiculous. To get a mastercrafted weapon and have another relic like Artificer Armor? That'd be crazy. Soul Warden, Aura. Aren't the Soul Wardens an actual chapter? I feel like they're an actual chapter. While the friendly Blood Angel unit is within 6 inches of the Warlord, each time a model in that unit would lose a wound as a result of a mortal wound, roll a d6. On a 5+, the wound is not lost. I don't like these. I don't like these. I never thought that they were that good. Okay. Heroic Bearing. Well, this has multiple parts. At 3 inches to the range of your warlord's rights of battle, tactical precision, chapter master, or spiritual leader abilities. Amazing. This warlord has the following abilities. Heroic Bearing. I assume that he is a bear. Now I'm going to have a Space Marine bear with a jump pack on. And that's going to be his only war gear. That's it. Just a literal bear standing up with a jump pack. It's going to represent this warlord trait, just so you know. The warlord gains the following abilities. Bear, aura, whilst a friendly Blood Angel core unit is within 9 inches of the warlord, add 1 to the leadership characteristic of models in that unit. Bad. Gift of Foresight. Each time, in each turn, you can reroll 1 hit roll, 1 wound roll, and 1 saving throw made for your warlord. That's actually pretty decent, and you're probably going to want this one. Selfless Valor. More like Selfish Valor. This warlord is eligible to perform a heroic intervention if it is within 6 inches horizontally of an enemy unit. And when performing heroic interventions with this warlord, you can move them up to 6 inches instead of 3. 6 inches horizontal. Huh, not vertical. That's interesting. All other rules for heroic intervention still apply. Really good. Alright, then we have the Flesh Tearers ones, but honestly, I don't care about the Flesh Tearers, so if you want to read the Flesh Tearers or find out more about them, please check out the videos. I'm just going to try to get through this pretty quickly. Now, we do have the named characters and their warlord traits, which includes Asurath, Brother Caballo, which is cool to see him back, by the way. Captain Tycho and Tycho the Lost. Really thought that Tycho was an RC. Chief Librarian Mephiston, which has the speed of the Primarch, which is not surprising. Commander Dante, which has Hero Bearing. He's literally a bear. Gabriel Seth, which has the Merciless Butcher. Lamartes, which has Soul Warden. the Sanguinor, which has Hero Bearing. Alright. Then we go up to the Psychic Powers, the Sanguinary Discipline. This literally translates to Blood Discipline. They are quite literally bloodbenders from Avatar. You're welcome. So they have Quickening, which is one of my favorite psychic powers in all of 40k, mostly for its description. In fact, it is the primary psychic power that Rosalina uses outside of ranged offensive psychic powers or reading minds or controlling minds. It's one of her psychic powers, is what I'm saying. Blessing. Quickening has a warp charge value of 6 if manifested until the start of your next psychic phase. You can reroll advance and charge rolls made for the Psyker. Add D3 to the Psyker's attack characteristic. Ridiculously good on Mephiston. You want to get as many attacks as possible? Throw them on Mephiston. Throw that on Mephiston. Actually, throwing that on a Dreadnought is terrifying. Unleash Rage. What, does he just, like, give himself a headache until he gets angry? Okay. That's going to be the new description of that ability. Blessing. Unleash Rage has a warp charge value of 6. If manifested, select one friendly Blood Angel core unit within 12 inches of the Psyker until the start of your next psychic phase. Each time a model in that unit makes a melee attack, An unmodified hit roll of a 6 scores 1 additional hit. Pretty decent, especially if you put it on like a huge blob. Are you guys core units? Do you have core? You do! So yeah, throw this on Death Company squad. Have fun. Or Sanguinary Guard squad. Boom. You get a lot of fun out of it. Shield of Sanguinius. Shield of Blood. That's what this translates to. Shield of Blood has a work charge value of 6. If manifested, select one friendly Blood Angel unit within 18 inches of the Psyker. It doesn't have to be visible. Until the start of your next psychic phase, models in that unit have a 5+ invulnerable save. So you give this to either... Actually, I think Sanguinary Guard have an inherent force field. So you give this to Death Company. Or Assault Intercessors. Blood Boil. It's a Witchfire. Blood Boil has a warp charge value of 6. If manifested, select one enemy unit that is within 18 inches and visible to the Psyker. Roll 2d6. If the total is more than the highest toughness characteristic on 2d6, Jesus, that's going to be easy. That unit suffers d3 mortal wounds. If the total is more than double the highest toughness characteristic of the model in that unit, it suffers 3 mortal wounds instead. Should be an addition. Okay, it's just a weak smite. It's just another smite. Bloodlance. Witchfire. Bloodlance has a warp charge value of 6. If manifested, select one enemy model that is within 18 inches and visible to the Psyker. Draw the shortest line possible between the Psyker. Psyker's... Blah, my voice just cracked during that. The shortest possible line between the Psyker's base and the selected enemy model's base, or hull. Then roll 1d6 for each model in the center of that line. It passes over. On a 5+, the model suffers 1 mortal wound. So you hit a blob of boys and kill a bunch of stuff. Wings of Sanguinius, probably the second most powerful psychic power in the Blood Angel's arsenal. Has a warp charge value of 6. If manifested, the Psyker can make a normal move or fall back as if it were your movement phase. In addition, until the end of that phase, this Psyker has a movement characteristic of 12 and the fly keyword. So put this on a bike. Oh, it's just a Psyker. Nah, just put this on the Dreadnought. Okay, we're done with that. Now we have a whole ton of relics. Special issue war gear, which goes to successor chapters. I wonder, can you actually use this special issue war gear on the regular guys? I don't think you can. I think that's one of the limitations on this. Special issue war gear. I don't actually see it right away. I'm sure one of you will tell me if they can. Use it on Dreadnought. Should you play Cacaridons using the Blood Angel Codex? Yes. Yes, you should. Definitely. Okay, relics. We have the Wrath of Baal, which Baal also translates to blood, by the way. So have fun knowing that. They're the Blood Angels from the Blood Planet, and they have the Blood Primarch. So if you think Space Wolves are ridiculous for having wolf for everything, Blood Angels are worse, because they use different words for blood. It's so ridiculously silly. Okay. Icon of the... well, let's read what this says. Sanguinary Ancient Model only. The bearer gains the following abilities. Wrath of Blood, or Wrath of Baal. Aura. While a friendly Blood Angel jump pack unit is within 6 inches of this model, each time that unit is selected to make a normal move, advance move, or fall back, add 2 to that unit's movement characteristic until the end phase. My phone needs to chill. Let me silence this really quickly. Also, that's kind of ridiculous. Boop. Media ringtone all the way down. There we go. All right. There we go. All right. So that's ridiculous because it makes the normal dudes moving 14 inches. Yeah, it makes Sanguinary Guard 14 inches as well. So, ridiculous. You need a Blood Angel Sanguinary Ancient. They're just too freaking good not to. Alright, Icon of the Angel. The bearer gains the following ability. Icon of the Angel Aura. Whilst a friendly Blood Angel unit is within 6 inches of this model, you can reroll charge rolls made for that unit. That's just really good. Why would you not use that? In fact, I would probably use that in combination with the... Oh, wait, you can't. Ooh. Yeah, I'd probably just use that on my captain. Visions of Death. Each time a melee attack is made against an enemy unit, subtract 1 from the attacker's roll. Oh, this is when your opponent's swinging at you. You just -1 from them. The bearer gains the following ability, Visions of Death Aura. Whilst an enemy unit is within 3 inches of this model, it loses objective secured ability and any similar abilities that allows it to control an objective marker regardless of that ability. Yeah, so it just gains Visions of Death, which is super useful. Okay? You just make your guy even more deadly. Hammer of Ball, so Hammer of Blood. Model equipped with a Thunder Hammer only. Oh, no. No, you didn't! You brought back Smash Captain. Oh, bloody... GW, you... words that I can't say. You literally brought back the damn... They brought back Smash Captain. It's a Thunder Hammer with Strength ×2, no minus to hit, so it's hitting on 2s, AP -3, 3 damage. You put this on a captain. You make a Smash Captain with this, and then you give him that that one ability, that stratagem that lets him take multiples, or was it a stratagem, or was it Yeah, you give him the Artisan of War, so he can take an additional freaking relic. Dumb. Gillian's Staff. Model equipped with a 4-staff only. The bearer gains the following abilities. Each time this model takes a psychic test to manifest a psychic power from the sanguinary disciplines, add 1 to that psychic test. This relic replaces the 4 stave with the following profile. Strength +3, AP -2, D3 damage. It's ridiculously good. Why would you not? Bringing back a Smash Captain is so dumb. Alright. Is what it is. The Crimson Plate. Here comes the Crimson Chin. I'm just going to call this the Crimson Chin now. Like the Crimson Fist? No, they're the Crimson Chins. There you go. I just ruined that entire army for you. Flesh Eater's Terminator model only. I don't care about the Flesh Terrors, so I'm not going to read that. Special issue War Gear. This is given to your successor chapters, I believe. If your army is led by a Blood Angel Warlord or a Warlord from the Blood Angel successor chapter, you can, when mustering your force, give one of the following special issue War Gear relics to a Blood Angel character model from your army, or a character model in your army that is drawn from a Blood Angel successor chapter, instead of giving them a relic. Okay, we got through that. Now I know how that works. Really bad GW move. Yeah, right? I actually ripped off a bunch of Thunder Hammers from my captain. Oh, now I'm sad. Oh, whatever. Okay, so the first one is Adamantine Mantle. Each time the bearer would lose a wound, roll a d6. On a 5+, a wound is not lost, which is infinitely better than that Warlord trait. Artificer Armor. The bearer has a saving characteristic of 2+ and a 5+ invulnerable save. Completely pointless when you have Storm Shields. Mastercrafted Weapon. When you give a model, this relic, select one of the weapons that it is equipped with. This cannot be a relic or a weapon whose profile includes the word Mastercrafted. Add 1 to the damage characteristic of that weapon. This weapon is considered to be a chapter relic. Digi-weapons, or digital weapons. Each time, by the way, digital weapons come from Jakaro, and they're little tiny mini las cannons on your fingers. Each time the bearer fights, it can make 1 additional attack using the close combat weapon profile. See the Warhammer 40k core rulebook. If this attack scores a hit, it suffers 1 mortal wound, and the attack sequence ends. So it just makes 1 attack with them now, which is kind of really lame. I don't like it. Okay. Quake Bolts. That's kind of cool. They have Quake Bolts. When you give a model this relic, select one bolt weapon. We know what the bolt weapons are. That model is equipped with. When that model is chosen to shoot with, you can choose for that weapon to fire a quake bolt. And if you do, it can make one attack with this weapon. But if it scores a hit on the target, make one attack with this weapon. But if a hit score is scored, then the target unit fled. What? I'm so confused. Okay, let me try this again. Confusing wording is confusing. If you do, you can only make one attack with this weapon, comma. But if a hit is scored, comma, that target unit is fled until the end of the turn in addition to any damage. Oh, and it is felled. Okay, sorry, I just read that wrong. I'm an idiot. Don't mind me. Each time a melee attack is made against the unit that is felled, add 1 to the attacker's hit roll. Okay, so it's like a snare net. Alright, that makes sense. Archangel's Shroud. Or Shard? Yeah. Model equipped with Power Sword or Mastercrafted Power Sword only. This relic replaces the Power Sword or Mastercrafted Power Weapon or Power Sword with the following profile. Strength +2, AP -4, damage 2. Anything higher than AP -3 is kind of pointless, but AP -4 is fun, I guess. Anything you hit with this is going to have an AP characteristic that has a force field or something. Or you're definitely going to kill a Marine. Abilities. Each time an attack is made with this weapon is allocated to a model with a chaos unit. Model in a chaos unit. That attack has a damage characteristic of 3. Each time an attack is made with this weapon is allocated to a model in the chaos monster unit. It has a damage characteristic of 4. Awesome! Chaos Space Marines just continue to get worse. Alright. Then we have the Flesh Render Grenade. Model equipped with a frag grenade only. This relic replaces the frag grenade with the following profile. This is so weird to have a grenade, because we didn't get a Phosphex grenade for the Sisters of Battle, which would have been a perfect thing for them because they have it in their war gear and in their lore. But now we have the Flesh Render Grenade, which is a brand new type of grenade. Ability. Okay, so let's see. Strength 5, AP -3, 2 damage. This grenade is insane. Blast. Each time an attack is made with this weapon, the target does not resolve the benefits of light cover against that attack. Okay. That's just good. But is it a one-shot weapon or... No, it isn't. You just get these for the rest of the game. And then the last one is a jump pack. The bearer is eligible for a charge roll. In a turn in which it fell back, you can reroll charge rolls for the bearer. Just good. Jeez. Now let's see if that Warlord trait can actually give my captain more stupid things. Or that stratagem. Was it a stratagem? I feel like it was a Warlord trait. Yeah, Artisan of War. Can it give the gleaming jump pack thingy? Adamantium Mantle. Nope, it can't. So it's not that good. Okay. Crusade rules. I'm not going to read these. You can read them at your own discretion. I don't really go through Crusade, so... Then it has a name generator. Let's see what name I get. I always love doing these. So the first number is a 6. The second number is a 4, so 64. We have the name Lucin. And then 2 and 22. Venaro. Lucin Venaro. Sounds like somebody that would, like, I'd meet in a pizzeria. I'm not saying that as an insult or as a racist caricature. It's just, if I go into an Italian restaurant, I would assume that that name would be kind of Italian. That's what it sounds like. Then you got this really weird picture that I've never really liked this picture too much. Let's try to get the light out of it. It's just, the guy looks so weird in his armor. The proportions seem way off to me. But it's not a bad picture. It's kind of cool. I do like it. I do like the chapter serfs in it as well. Hello from England. Hello. Digiweapons came from Harlequins. Back in first and second, no they didn't. Their origins have been changed to Jakaro. In fact, Jakaro are the Digiweaponsmiths. And they more than likely gave them to the Harlequins. So, but Digiweapons is also a catch-all term that 40k uses, like the 40k writers use to just anything small weapons. So, yeah. Have fun. Like, it's weird. Okay, so datasheets, we have the abilities, the Black Rage. In your movement phase, each time a unit is selected to move, it cannot fall back. Alright. Retcon, I stand corrected. No, it's not that you stand corrected. It's that GW doesn't know its own lore sometimes. And they write it just a million different ways. Like, for instance, in Devastation of Baal, they talk about demons actually appearing as well. But in the Psychic Awakening for Devastation of Baal, they don't talk about demons at all. So, and that was in the same edition, by the way. Okay. So, let's see. Each time a unit fights, if it made a charge move or performed heroic intervention this turn, that unit fight is resolved. Add 1 to the attack characteristics of that model. That's really good. So we're already looking at 5 attacks per death company. Alright. Each time a model in that unit would lose a wound, roll d6. On a 6, that wound is not lost. It's really good. Unit cannot perform any actions, so they can't raise the banners. Also, Dreadnought lore. Oh my god, Dreadnought lore contradicts itself from paragraph to paragraph. Hell, it contradicts itself sentence to sentence, and we're reading it directly out of the book. And by the way, that lore is still 100% canon because it's copied in the 8th edition rulebook for the Space Marines. All lore is canon, but not all of it is accurate. Yeah, because GW writers don't know how to keep never mind, I tried to say it, I can't. Consistency. There we go. So Black Rage just seems good. You get 1 additional attack, and you can't pick up banners. Whenever. You don't care about banners. You go for table quarters, go into your opponent's deployment zone, and kill your opponent's stuff. Like, assassinate, table quarters, and their special one for getting into your opponent's deployment zone. Alright, Death Visions. Once per battle, when this model is selected to fight, it can use one of the Death Vision listed below. The same Death Vision cannot be used more than once per battle. On the Bridge of the Vengeful Spirit. Oh, this is when Feathers appeared behind Horus, scared him, and Horus accidentally smacked him to death. I was like, oh god, I'm so sorry, brother. Look, you can hit me back. Come on, hit me back. Don't tell Dad. Model with this... a model can only use this Death Vision if an enemy infantry character or monster character unit models are visible to it. If a model uses the Death Vision, then until that fight is... Holy crap, do I hate this wording. A model can only use this Death Vision if any enemy infantry character or infantry or my god, my own... I got this. Or monster character model are visible to it. If a model uses this Death Vision, then until the fight is resolved, add 1 to that model's attack characteristic for every 5 enemy models that are within 6 inches of it. Each time this model makes an attack, you can re-roll the hit roll. That's really good. So let's go on to the next one. Each time that model makes an attack, you can re-roll the hit roll. Okay, so you get to re-roll hits, and you get to add 1 depending on the amount of enemies within 6 inches of it. So poor Tyranids are going to get absolutely stomped by this. Chaos, if they have cultists nearby, are going to get stomped by this. Yeah, Bengals are just the best close combat. The Grace of Angels. A model can only use this death vision if any enemy and infantry character or monster character models are within engagement range of it. If a model uses this death vision, then until the end of this turn, this model has a 3+ invo. In case you need your guy to survive for absolutely everything forever. Because he has 3+ invo and has a shrug of 6+, or 5+, depending on the Warlord trait that you give him. So, there we go. To slay the War Master, a model can only use this death vision if any enemy infantry characters or monster character models are within engagement range of it. If a model uses this death vision, then instead of making an attack roll, instead of making any attack rolls for that fight, both players roll off, and if you win, select one of those enemy models. That model suffers D3 plus 3 mortal wounds. How is that fair? How it... How is that fair? Just, oh, BT dubs take 6 mortal wounds. I'm sorry, that's so stupid. Like, if my apothecary gets attacked, I'm definitely using this one. Like, oh, I have no weapon that can actually hurt you, so take 6 mortal wounds, I guess. That's so dumb. Alright, Commander Dante has his stupid old model in here, so does Gabriel Seth, so does the Sanguinor, and so does Brother Carballo. These models are older than I am, for the most part. Actually, they came out in 1993 for Dante, and is still somewhat metal. You can find them as fine cast, but I don't know why GW won't replace these models. They're stupid. Alright, so Commander Dante can move 12 inches, weapon and ballistic skill 2+, strength 4, toughness 4, wounds 6, so he can be las cannoned, attack 6, which is ridiculous, leadership 9, 2+ save. He has an Inferno system and the Axe of Mortalis, which is another name for a demon, by the way. So his axe is +3 strength, so making it strength 7, AP -3, 2 damage. He's a little bit less scary than a Smash Captain. He doesn't have an Invo save right off the bat. That's just good. He's gonna have an Invo save because he's captain. Each time an attack is made against this model, subtract 1 from the hit roll. Totally fair. This model has 4+ Invo save. There it is. Lord Regent of Imperium Nihilus. So he gets to be the Lord Regent, but doesn't get any new models or anything. Anyway. If your army is Battleforged, then he gives you 1 command point. Alright. Chapter Master. In your command phase, select 1 friendly Blood Angel core unit or Blood Angel character unit within 6 inches of this model. Until the start of your next command phase, each time a model in that unit makes an attack, you can re-roll the hit rolls. I hate that it's just 1 unit now. It's so dumb. Okay. Right to Battle or ability is the re-rolling of 1s. For core units within 6 inches of him. Epic Hero of the Imperium. Wow, you really went with Epic Hero. That's so stupid. Once per battle, this model is selected to use an Epic Deed stratagem at 0 command points. Oh, that's stupid. Okay. Well, it's only once per battle, so I guess that's okay. It's still bad. Okay. So Gabriel Seth, I don't care about. He's bad. He gets a ton of attacks, but he's still bad because you're not using Blood Angels, you're using Flesh Terrors. And why the hell would you use Flesh Terrors over Blood Angels? I know there's actual reasons, and there's somebody going to be in the comment section like, actually, Alexis, Flesh Terrors get slightly more attacks. but are also not blood angels, so they're not as good. That's going to be them. Guarantee it. Alright, the Sanguinor has 12-inch movement, weapon and ballistic skill 2+, 4/4 for strength and toughness, 5 wounds. So he's slightly weaker than the Commander Dante. Leadership 9, 2+ save. He is the Incarnine Broadsword, which is strength +2 for strength 6, AP -4, 2 damage. Each time an attack is made with this weapon, an unmodified wound roll of a 6 inflicts 1 mortal wound on the target, an additional to any normal damage, which is pretty decent. Okay. Let's see. He has Angel of Death, Death from Above, so he can deep strike. Aura of Fever or Fervor. God, my voice sucks right now. Okay. When a friendly Blood Angel core unit or a Blood Angel character unit is within 6 inches of this model each time that unit fights, in that until the fight is resolved, add 1 to the attack characteristics of models in that unit. That's amazing. Anything that adds attacks is absolutely crazy. This is not cumulative with the addition of attacks generated by Shock Assault ability. Okay. Yeah, alright. Each time this is his Angelic Visions, or Visage. Each time a melee attack is made against this model, subtract 1 from the attacker's hit roll. And then he has an Iron Halo for 4-up invulnerable save. Miraculous Savior. At the end of the Heroic Intervention step of your opponent's charge phase, if this model is not yet set up on the board... Oh yeah, this guy can deep strike an attack from reserve. If this model has yet to be set up on the battlefield, and if any enemy unit finishes a charge move within engagement range of a friendly Blood Angel unit that phase, not character, unit, you can set up this model within engagement range of one of those enemy units. This model counts as performing a heroic intervention in this turn if it uses this ability. Absolutely crazy. Like, his nipples descend straight from the heavens and jump right into the battle, and then you immediately go, cool, I was hoping for this, and you get an easy character kill. Yeah, this is actually like a really, really, really sick countercharge. Avenging Angel. This model is eligible to declare a charge even when it fell back this turn. If this model is eligible to perform Heroic Intervention, if it is within... This model is eligible to perform Heroic Intervention if it's 5 inches vertical from any enemy instead of 3 inches. And horizontal of 5 inches. Yeah. So 5 inches. If he's within 5 inches vertical or horizontal, I don't know why they won't use radius, because radius is a confusing word that no one understands. Each time a model makes a Heroic Intervention move, it can move up to 6 inches instead of 3. All of the rules for Heroic Intervention still apply. This guy's a monster. Like, this guy is just an absolute monster. Okay, then you got Brother Carballo. His nipples descend from the heaven. What? I'm sorry. He's got nipple armor. He's also got the Blood Angel symbol on his crotch. So... it's just a teardrop. So he probably just shaves his in the shape of the Aquila. I'll stop. I'll stop. I'm sorry. Brother Carballo can move 6 inches. I don't know why you'd use him when you could just give a sanguinary priest a jump pack. Weapon and ballistic skill 2+, strength, toughness 4, wounds 5, 4 attacks, leadership 9, 3+ save. I don't like him. He's bad. Moving on. You're not going to use him because you're going to use a named character or something better than him. Blood Angel Codpiece is metal. It's something, alright. Ah, here he is. Sanguinary Priest. I know they put him in jump pack, didn't they? Or he can still gain his jump pack because Legends isn't out of regular play anymore like they said it was going to be, and now it's changed so that you can bring it, but you can't bring it to competitive events. But you can still bring your Sanguinary Priest with jump pack, which is what you should run him as. Alright, so Sanguinary Priests are pretty much a must include. You want to take these things. Oh, he actually has a jump pack in his options. You don't even need to go to Legends. You can bring this guy. Bring this guy, give him jump pack. That's it. That's it. Just take him. He's an HQ choice, which is kind of weird, but sure. Take him, give him a relic, give him a jump pack, and you're good. I don't even need to read any of this. Just take him. He's a freaking apothecary. Apothecaries are insane right now. Chief Librarian Mephiston. 7-inch movement, weapon and ballistic skill 2+, strength, toughness 5, wounds 6, attacks 5, leadership 9, 2+ save. He's got his plasma pistol, which is silly, and he's got his sword, which is insanity. His sword is now strength 10, by the way. So strength times 2, AP minus 3, D3 damage with 5 attacks. 7 attacks on the charge. If the Sanguinor is near him, 8 attacks. If somehow you get a priest in there, that's 9 attacks. Because a lot of people don't know that you can take priests. But you also become unaligned. Never mind, don't take the priest. I just realized you would lose the Blood Angel abilities if you did. Lord of Death. Each time this model would lose, he has a 5+ feel no pain. He has a psychic hood. Within 12 inches of him, you add 1 to deny the witch tests. He can attempt to manifest 2 psychic powers and attempt to deny 2. He knows Smite inherently. Then you get your Librarian Dreadnoughts. Librarian Dreadnoughts are also ridiculously good. Personally, I'm going to be taking Mephiston, a Sanguinary Priest, and possibly a Sanguinor, because they just seem insane. Like, why would you not take them? Let's see. Hey, you're right about Mephiston. Also, he's coughing. I don't really need to go into Librarian Dreadnoughts. They're amazing. They were amazing. They were made more amazing. There's nothing much to go into. They're good. Get them. Azeroth is bad. Lamarty's is also kind of bad. Like, they're good, but they're bad units because they're not as good as everything else in here. So they're very good, but also not as good. So they're bad. Tycho and Tycho RC. I'm never going to take these models. So I'm just going to skip over them. If you think that they're amazing, awesome. They're great. Take them. But compared to the other guys, there's no reason to take these guys. Sanguinary Guard. Alright, let's see. 12-inch movement, weapon and ballistic skill 3+, strength, toughness 4, wounds 2. It's weird that they didn't get 3 wounds. Attacks 3, leadership 8, 2+ save, which makes them amazing. They can take Power Fists, which are really good. Their standard axe is also ridiculously good. Because it's strength +2. Let's see. You can also get the sword, which isn't bad either. But the axe, I think, is probably the best because strength 6, AP minus 2, 2 damage. But since it's actually strength 6, and they wound on +1, they're really good. Can you read the description of the Furioso Force Halberd, please? Yeah, sure. Furioso Force Halberd is a melee weapon with +2 strength, putting it at strength 8. AP minus 3, D3 plus 3, which is insane. Each time the bearer fights, make 1 additional attack with this weapon, and no more than 1 attack can be made with this weapon. Yeah, it's kind of a worthless upgrade, actually. You can deal 6 damage, but you have a Power Fist. Furioso Fist, which just... yeah, I guess, if you're stuck with it. So they can go up to 10 in the squad. I would definitely take these at 10 in the squad. So I'm going to go to Death Company. Take both. You can take both, by the way. Yep, they still have the Blood Angels keyword. They have jump packs, so they're ridiculous. I'd probably take only one unit of these, and I'm thinking that I would just give them all axes. Okay, then we have the Sanguinary Ancient. We already talked about the Sanguinary Ancient. It's a must-take. That's it, just take them. Sisters are very viable currently. Yes, they are. Death Company Dreadnoughts. I don't like Death Company Dreadnoughts. They used to have this really cool, like, frag assault launcher, and then they lost it immediately. So I'm going to skip over the Death Company Dreadnought just to get to some of the other stuff. Death Company. Now this I wanted to talk about, because we have the Death Company and the Death Company Intercessors, and both are good. So Death Company can be taken up to units of 10. They can take jump packs, which makes them amazing, so you take them with jump packs. They can get that stratagem to move before the game begins, so you use that to move them up to 14 inches because you're going to move and run. A weapon in Ballistic Skill 3+, Strength Toughness 4, Wounds 2, 2 attacks, Leadership 7, 3+ save. Oh, sorry, I just keep burping. I apologize. So, if this unit contains 6 or more, it has a power rating of 14. No one cares about that. Every model is equipped with bolt gun, with a bolt pistol, and a Astartes chainsword and frag and crack grenades. So you have to actually purchase the bolt gun. That's interesting. All right. Any number of models can have their bolt pistols and a Astartes chainsword replaced with one of the following: a bolt gun and a thunderhammer. Ooh, they can't have thunderhammer bolt pistol or thunderhammer chainsword. Oh, I see. They actually nerfed them. Okay. Any model can have, any number of models can each have their bolt pistol replaced with one of the following: a hand flamer, an inferno pistol, one plasma pistol. I would take inferno pistols, but that's because I'm rude to my opponents. Any number of models can each have their Astartes chainsword replaced with one of the followings: a power axe, one power fist, one power maul, or one power sword. Any model in the unit can be equipped with one jump pack, which you do. They can't actually take double chainsword anymore. So how you used to run them is you used to get rid of their pistol because it was absolutely worthless, and you would do power sword and chainsword on every single one of them, because this gave them an additional attack because of chainsword, as well as giving them the power sword attacks for all your normal attacks. So they did nerf them quite a bit. Oh, how would I run them though? I mean, chainsword is actually viable. That's the crazy thing, is chainswords are actually good. Should do a video on sculpting sisters and blood angels. On souping sisters and blood angels. Oh, okay, maybe. I would never soup them though. I soup sisters with custodians quite a bit. But I might soup in some, I'd like a squad of Death Company and a squad of, and a couple of characters, which could be useful. Although if you soup them, you don't gain any of the benefits that boost both armies. Souping is actually really bad this edition. Oh, wow, Death Company took a nerf, but they also got better. So they have an average of 5 attacks on charge, 6 with the chainsword. So I'd probably do 5 with chainsword inferno pistol, because I'm rude. And the other 5 would have... Do I actually need the thunderhammer? Its AP is -2, and it's 3 damage. The Power Fist actually seems better than the Thunderhammer at this current moment. No, I guess I would take 2 with Thunderhammers, and then the rest with Power Axes. Yeah. Ooh. Such a tough call. No, I think I would definitely do it that way. I want 5 Inferno Pistols in the squad just so the squad can deal with literally anything it runs into. Because what I want is the ability for the squad to jump in, rocket up, kill a unit during shooting, and then charge into another unit and kill that as well. If I can make my Death Company kill 2 things in 1 turn, that is a successful Death Company, and I absolutely love them forever. Power Fist greater than the Power Sword in 9th edition. I disagree. The Power Sword is +1 strength, so strength 5, especially in Blood Angels, because you wound on +1 strength, on +1, I believe. Did they keep that rule? Did they actually keep that rule? Now, my reasoning for this is +1 strength, AP -3, and then just 1 damage from the Power Sword. But the Power Fist is -1 to hit. So it's a really tough call between the two right now, because all weapons are good. So I think I do want like some Power Fists in the units, but if I have the ability to take a Thunderhammer over a Power Fist, I would for the +1 damage. So I think I'm going to do 3 Thunderhammers, okay? 2 with Chainsword Bolt Pistol. Those are my 2 sacrifices, so I already have 5. The other 5 are going to have 5 Inferno Pistols. And then probably axes. Or maybe... Yeah, I think axes. Because I can't get that up to 2 damage, but I can get that strength 6. And do we actually have the rule for the entire chapter approved rules? Did I miss something? Did they lose that ability? Hey guys, if you can check this right now, did the Blood Angels lose the ability to get +1 to wound? Power Fist greater than Thunderhammer. That I actually agree with. I agree with. It's cheaper. It does a little bit less, but it's, yeah. Is it done? Did we lose that rule? Okay, here it is. Detachment abilities. If every unit in your army, blah, 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 blah. Whilst the Assault Doctrine is active, each time the unit fights, if it made a charge move, add 1 to the attack characteristic of the models in that unit. Did we actually lose the rule for +1 to wound? I almost want to say they did. No, they still have that rule. Where? Because I am having a difficult time finding it. Let's see. All I know is Blood Angels lost their Primarch. Alright, that's pretty good. It's in the Space Marine book. Oh, okay. Okay. Was it White Scars that had +1 to wound? No, definitely Blood Angels. It was definitely Blood Angels. No, it's in the Space Marines. Okay. Thank you for the correction. I love that you guys did that. That actually helps me out because now I can go to my Space Marine book and read Space Marines Are Bad. This is a joke, obviously. Chapter Tactics, I believe it's under. Blood Angels. Add 1 to the advance roll and charge rolls for units with this tactic. Each time a model with this tactic makes a melee attack, if the model unit made a charge, was charged, or performed heroic convention, add 1 to the... Yep, thank you. Add 1 to the wound roll. Sorry for slamming that so hard. Okay, thank you so much for helping me out with that. I'm glad that I am wrong about that. It actually saves me a lot, because if they lost that, that would have been dicey for them. They would have lost a lot of viability. Alright, so Death Companies seem 100% fantastic. They're an elite now. Were they elite last edition? I feel like they weren't, I just didn't notice. Then we have Death Company Intercessors. These guys are awesome. Like, these guys are flat out just awesome. If I'm running Death Company Intercessors, I'm running them all with chainswords. Just because. We have 3 freaking attacks apiece, so it's 4 attacks with the chainswords, 5 attacks when they declare a charge, 6 attacks when they have the Echoes of War. Not the Echoes of War, the Black Rage. And then they're 6 attacks apiece. They're crazy. I didn't get a Thunderhammer in the squad. Furious Dreadnoughts are okay. Personally, I wouldn't take them. They're Dreadnoughts and they're bad. They're the same points as taking something that's actually good that has a jump pack. Ball Predators are garbage because they are. I like that the Ball Predator has less firepower, like actual firepower, its Inferno cannons and its flamethrowers, than our basic transport for our Sororitas. I'll say it. It's bad. The Gladiator's better. Alright, so, with that all said, we are finally finished with this book. You can't give chainswords to the intercessors, just the sergeant. What? What? You can't have them as assault intercessors? Every model is equipped with a bolt rifle, fragment crack grenades. All models in the units can have the bolt rifles, yada yada yada. Can replace the bolt rifles. Can replace the bolt rifles with 1 heavy bolt pistol. No, all models in the units can have their bolt pistols and bolt rifles replaced with 1 heavy bolt pistol and 1 Astartes chainsword. So yeah, you can. You can. I was about to say, if you can't, that would suck. I'd be so pissed. All models in the units can have their bolt pistols and bolt rifles replaced with 1 heavy bolt pistol and 1 Astartes chainsword. Okay. Okay. 8-inch flamers were a joke. Do you want to know why 8-inch flamethrowers were a thing? Do you know it was because the template for the flamethrower, the teardrop, was 8 inches? That was the reason. They always should have been 12 inches. Alright, so now we are finished with this book. And I'm going to give my rating of this. This is definitely going to be a tier 1 meta list. There is no question about that. This is definitely tier 1 material. Deathwatch are tier 1, tier 2, depending on your build. And Space Wolves are definitely going to be a tier 2 build. I think they are probably the worst out of all of these so far that I've gone over. The Necrons are sitting at a solid tier 2, tier 3. So that's how I'm seeing it, strictly me. Now, there are other meta channels that actually follow the ITC and go over it in great detail and can tell you more than the meta that I can. But as of right now, I think they're definitely a tier 1 army. They're Blood Angels. They're going to rampage through everything while their backfield just sits on objectives. So my question now is, White Scars replaced as the top tier meta marine list. I never thought that White Scars were the top tier. Like, I always saw it as salamanders. Like, whenever I looked at the... let me take a look at the chapter tactics again for the White Scars. Units in this with this tactic are eligible to declare a charge okay, they can charge when they advance, and models with this tactic do not suffer the penalty incurred to their hit rolls for firing assault weapons in the same turn they advanced. Yeah, I never seen White Scars hit, well, I mean, there is no way to actually accurately tell what the top tiers of 40k are going to look like this year or for quite a while. Now, I know a lot of you are going to be like, but Alexis, actually, there's a bunch of events going on. And to those I say, don't be stupid enough to actually go to those events. This is the reason why Corona is going out of control, and you need to sit at home and play with your miniatures at home. Paint your army men at home. Stop going to events. Stop being stupid. If you are dumb enough to go to an event, wear gloves, wear a mask, be safe. I'm watching you. You got the eyes and ears of the Inquisition on you at all times. Spreading the coronavirus is akin to a sin against the God Emperor of mankind because you are aiding in his greatest enemy of Nurgle. I'll exterminate this whole planet if I have to. Anyway, jokes aside. I don't think there is an accurate way to tell tournament standings right now because there are not enough actual tournaments going on because people are trying to be safe. Be safe. Stop being dumb. There's enough stupid in the world. Don't contribute to it. Sorry, I probably just pissed off like half my viewer base who are just like, oh, actually, Alexis. Yeah, anyway. But yeah, I don't think there's an accurate tournament list for 2020 that will be viable. Just saying. So, with that all said, if you guys have any questions right now, please ask them. I want to make sure we get a bunch of questions answered about this. Also, right now, if you are here, like this video. You know why? Because that tells YouTube that people actually watch my videos instead of the view count, which is, well, actually it'd be like down here for you guys, which is actually really stupid. Ring that stupid bell so YouTube shows you my videos, which is dumb. But that's the way YouTube is. This is what we expect from this platform at this point. So yeah, Blood Angels good? Yeah, they're going to be good. So playing nuns versus custodians, I felt very viable. Got to go with lots of Melta. Yeah, Sisters of Battle, Melta is just going to be king. You're going to take Melta on everything. Blood Angels good? Yes. My faith in the God Emperor protects me. Yes, it does. Just came in late. Hey, Krabby, you're really late. You missed. Love you to death. Safety first, so fall to the Black Rage. No, not even the Black Rage. You fall to Nurgle, which is even more gross. You become a fat kid that's stuck to a wall that plays Magic the Gathering and trolls people online, and then when he's called out, he gets all annoyed and tries to pretend that... Never mind, I'm not going to go on that rant. I'm not going to go down that road. I want to, but I'm not going to. If you're buying into Blood Angels now, where would you start? Indominus. If you can get Indominus, get Indominus. It's the best set right now. Like, it's just good. It's a good start for a Blood Angel army. It gives you all melee options, and overall, I really enjoyed the box itself. It gives you a new rule book and new everything, and then you can split the box with another player who wants the Necrons, and you both get a ton of good stuff out of it. You can... oh, you mean quartering. Oh, God. The dynamic duo of dipshits. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. If you were to start without it, there's a Blood Angel Combat Patrol box that's actually decent. I wouldn't buy it, actually. I would prefer buying the Deathwatch one, which is better for Blood Angels, which is weird. All of those boxes, I feel, were flip-flopped. I feel like the Space Wolf one is garbage for Space Wolves. The Deathwatch one is bad for Deathwatch. And the Blood Angel one is bad for Blood Angels. But none of them inherently are bad. It's just they're bad for their selected factions. Like, if you want the baby carrier Dreadnought, it's good in Blood Angels. It's not good with Space Wolves. If you want Reavers, they're good for Blood Angels. Not Space Wolves, even though Space Wolves has their own special unique ones that are still bad because you're not taking their better units. So it's, yeah, it's really weird. But I would definitely start with Indominus. I'd go from there. So let's get some questions. Ask your questions now. Peace and thank you. I've used so much like freaking what is it, hand sanitizer, that my hands are all cracked. I have to keep like lotion at my desk at all times because my hands get so every time I go out. I always have it with me, always in my purse. Reavers are good? No, they're not good. Hey, thank you for the donation. You're awesome and I love you. Thank you, love, for the content. I sold my old armies during 7th when they ruined the game. I agree. I sold my mall and went home. I would suggest getting it in 9th. The crowd has definitely gotten a lot less toxic. There's still toxic elements. We call it Facebook. But the community has gotten a lot less toxic. The fan base is a lot more open, and there is a lot more army balance. And I know I'm saying this, while at the same time of saying Blood Angels are broken. So keep in mind, most players don't play at a highly competitive level. The levels that I'm talking about, which are considered medium tier to high tier competitive, I would just say that just take your time getting back into the game and enjoy the game for what it is. Also, just try a hand at like Kill Team and things like that. The Kill Team crowd is amazing. Alright, Lord Krabby. So in a tournament scene, you think Blood Angels will be good? Mephiston is a beast. I actually do. But it really depends on how the army is hitting the opponent and what the opponent is bringing. I gotta see an actual competitive tier list for 2020 with Americans involved. Because Americans have a very violent tendency when it comes to competitive games, and we do a lot of things like hitting extremely hard, like hard-hitting sweeper lists. We never really go rogue lists, and we never really go like passive lists like you'll see in Europe and Canada. So America has its own meta that's very aggressive, and I think that would fit with the Blood Angels playstyle. So I do see them playing into this really nasty first turn hitting list. So yeah. Let's see. I just licked my hands clean. Okay, you need to chill. This edition and Alexis has gotten me back into 40k. Oh, thank you so much. That's awesome. I'm glad you're here, Jim. The community is better with you. Look, as long as you're not Iron Hands of last year, I'm happy. Yeah, Iron Hands were a little bit, You know what's funny, though? I did go to some competitive events with Iron Hands there, and I didn't notice how broken they were because I shot them with 27 meltaguns. So I never got to see their, like, huge strength compared to, like, Marines. I just brought my sisters, and I was just like, meltagun goes foop. Also, Ben, thank you so much for the donation. You're awesome. You rock. Keep doing what you're doing. Oh, thank you so much. I'm going to be selling off a few armies. I'm not getting out of the game. I'm selling off a few armies that I don't play to get more cosplays. I mean, to feed the hunger that I have for creativity and to get more cosplays. Anyway, because I want to work on my Escher cosplay really badly. And for my Escher cosplay, I need some cool stuff for it. Geeky nerdy. I love the name. I'm new here. Hello. Welcome to the community. So you would add Mephiston to your list if you ran Bengals. Yeah, I feel like Mephiston's good, but how to put this? Would I add Mephiston to my list? He's extremely good. He can cast, as long as I can successfully get off the psychic powers to make him jump to keep up with the rest of the army, because I need a lot in this army. Like, the Singular adds an additional attack. It's way too good to pass up. We need the Sanguinary Ancient already. We need a Smash Captain, which we might use Mephiston as the Smash Captain, but I think the Smash Captain is just too good not to have. Then we need, then we need the Apothecary, the named Apothecary. So we're already looking at 3 HQs, maybe 4. So it's already 5 characters with the Ancient. So, it's giving our opponent a lot of kills. Greetings from the UK. Well, hello, the entirety of UK. Cosplays of the bomb. Wait, Bengals? How long has that been a thing? Yeah, I always call them Bengals. And the best Bengals come from New York. Just saying. A lot of people take him. So a lot of people take him, that's why. Okay. I think he's really good. But I think that it depends on the list. Because he would be the slowest character in my list. Because, like, I'm going to take 3 mandatory troop choices, and they're all going to be min squads of Assault Marines. Possibly actually Stalker Bolters, because I'm going to be sticking them in the back and not caring too much about them. How many Sanguinary Guard are you allowed to bring in the game? 30. But yeah. Mephiston is getting set up to be a demi-Primarch fluff-wise. Yeah, he really is. I wouldn't be surprised to see a Lord of War profile card at some point for him. I don't think he's that good yet, but I do expect that to see for Dante. And I'm in Yonkers. Yo! Oh my god. I actually really like Yonkers. My accent is fully out whenever I say Yonkers. But I used to drive through Yonkers quite a lot to get into Queens. Well, you go through from the 90 North. You go through Yonkers to go through Manhattan to go through and get to Queens. Always a pain in the butt. All right. So, I think I'm going to wrap up this stream with this. My final thoughts on the Codex itself. It is very powerful, but it runs into two errors that I saw. One is a dependence on characters. They are easy to kill, but mandatory for the army lists. So, if you can kill those characters, they're going to suffer a little bit. Also, they kill things too efficiently, meaning that they're going to suffer with killing a unit and then that unit just being gone and them not being able to consolidate into an enemy unit, or the unit that they consolidate into is going to fight them and then retreat, and then everything else in the army is going to wipe out that unit that charged. So if you go up against a good player at a top tournament level, you might get baited into making some really bad moves. But if you don't, then, and you can sweep your opponent, they'll be a really hard force to reckon with. Yeah, I'm really excited to see how the Blood Angels play. In fact, I might actually play some of the Bengals coming up. So, with that all said, I want everybody to continue being safe during this pandemic. As we can see, the levels are still going up, so please be careful. Wear your masks at all times. Take hand sanitizer with you. And remember, it's spread through water vapor and people's breath. Just be careful with that, okay? Please, please. Now, you can also check out, if I can grab this in time, I will do this. I also didn't silence my phone because I'm dumb. Well, I didn't silence it. Yeah. So let me just grab this really quickly and make sure that you guys check out this. So be sure to check out my Discord. I just posted the link to it in the chat right now. So go check it out. And as always, I am NornQueenAlexis. I love you guys.